Hey there, it's Sherry from Twin Sisters Mastectomy Boutique, and today's video is by special request. So thank you very much. Please don't forget to like, subscribe, share, comment down below. We appreciate your support. And if you have any suggestions of things that you would like to hear more about, let me know. So today we're going to talk about fitting a bra, but particularly the band measurement and how do you know if it's the right fit or not, because there's so much conflicting information out there. So I'm going to do my best to simplify it, but nothing's ever simple. So here's the thing. Let's start off with your band measurement. That's the measurement that goes all the way around here. And if we're measuring in inches, then let's say you're 33 inches. Okay? So what size band do you think you would be? Would you be a 32? Would you be a 34? Crazy as it sounds, you would add 3 to 5 inches. So 33, 34, 35, 36, 37, 38. And that's actually where I would start. If you measure 33, 34, I would actually start with a 38 band. I usually go up, somewhere around the 5 inches. So you're thinking, well, I've never worn a 38 band in my life. Yup, and your bras have probably all been like really uncomfortable and tight. So just trust the process. Whatever you measure, if you measure 40, you're gonna wear like a 46 band. Okay? You can always go up and down from there, but that's a good place to start. And how do you know if it's the right fit? Once you've done your measurements and your calculations, how do you know? Great question. Well, I'm going to show you how the band should fit. And I'm going to be right back. We're going to use this bra to start, and I'm actually going to put it on backwards. Trust the process. So I'm going to put it on like a vest because the band will fit under the bust area. So I want you to see here, it's pretty close. Like I don't really have to do a lot of tugging and pulling, it matches. So there's 3 notches. 1, 2, 3. So you have 3 levels of snugness, if you will. And some people will say, well, it has to go on the middle one. I don't know if you can see that. Maybe you can. So some people will say it has to go on the middle because then you have wiggle room. Well, that's not actually true. It goes on whichever one fits you best. And it's not just based on the band, but it's also based on the cup size, because when you change the band size, you have to change the cup size. It's a whole thing. So if you're fitting the cups and they're fine, there's no double bubble, there's no gapping, now you're trying to fit the band. So you don't have to put it on the middle. You can put it on the tightest, you can put it on the loosest, but you want that band to fit comfortably. I'm gonna put mine on the last one. There we go. What a great look. So how do you want your band to fit? You want to be able to get 2 fingers underneath quite comfortably. Should be no problem. It's not digging in at the sides. If it was, you would see a lot of overhang of flesh, and you don't want that. It's nice and smooth, right? And that's the best look in your bra. You also don't want it too loose, and here's the reason why. If you're wearing a breast prosthesis and the cups are too loose, they're going to not hold close to your body, they're going to do this. They're going to sag. If you don't wear a breast prosthesis, your breasts are still not going to be held in place. They're just gonna, you might as well not be wearing a bra. So I think I have a picture of what that could look like. And you can see that this lady is not supported at all. Like, what's the point of wearing a bra? You want the girls held in place, but we're talking about the band today. So you want the band to be quite comfortable. You don't want it digging in. You don't want a lot of fat coming over. Now I will say, if you've had a mastectomy, often there's lymph nodes removed from under the arm, and the way that they do the surgery, it looks like fat is hanging over. I don't know why they do it that way. I do know why. It's called a dog's ear, and it's just because when you close a round circle, it puckers. And that's what happens. So that is very different than having just extra weight. That is a surgical anomaly. But back to the fitting. So again, you want it nice and smooth. The straps, you want to be able to get a finger underneath. You don't want it digging in. You don't want them too loose because, again, if the straps are too loose, then the cups are going to fall forward. And here's the other thing. If you're taking off your bra and it is like bursting open, chances are this is too tight, okay? Sometimes we have to go down to a bra that has a tight band in order to fit the cup. I'm gonna try not to make this too confusing, but if you are wearing a bra and you're filling up the cups go in size, being the smallest, a double A, and then an A, and a B, and a C, and a D, and all the way up. The smallest being double A. You can't get triple A. But for some people, they need a band that is 38, and they're wearing a double A cup, but it's still too big. They're still gapping, and it doesn't fit them. But you can't get a smaller cup. You can't get a triple A cup. So in order for everything to be smaller, the cup to be smaller, we have to go down to, if they were wearing a 38 band, we're going to go down to a 36 band because everything will get smaller and the cup will fit better. But now it's too tight. So there are extenders, and you can get these extenders at fabric shops. You can get them at, I've even seen them in the dollar store, and they're just little extenders. You can get them in different colors. I get mine from my suppliers, and like there's rolls of it and I just cut, but you'll be able to buy them individually, whether you need 2 clips or 4 or 5. And what you do is you take your bra, you can see the clips, and you're going to add the extender. I'm using a contrasting color here so it's easier to see. You just clip it on, and now your bra, instead of having 1, 2, 3 options, it has 6 options for sizing. And you've just made your bra larger in the band. So that's now probably about a 38 band. Now, there is a couple of things that you want to think of, or there are. Now, there's a couple of things you want to think of. Even though you've put an extender in, you don't want to wear it loose. There's a danger of, oh, I've got an extender in, and just wearing the bra too loose. And if the band is too loose, then the bra is going to move and shift, and you're going to be tugging and pulling. Wearing a band that is too loose is just as bad as wearing a band that is too tight. It won't hold anything in place, and you'll know because you can, pull your bra out and you can move it, and the sides don't hug you. That's not good. So don't wear it too loose. That is just as bad. Now, some people will say to me, I always buy my bras tight because they stretch. Well, here's the thing about bras that stretch, or anything that stretches. If there's no tension on your bra, it's not going to stretch. There's no reason for it to stretch. If you're stretching it out, eventually it will stretch out. So you're buying your bras too tight in the first place, and then they're going to stretch out, and the elastic's going to go, and then it's a crappy bra. So buy your bras to fit so that you don't need to stretch them out. Ideally, you won't be wearing an extender, but sometimes it just has to be done. So I hope that's helpful. So just to recap, you want a bra that you can fit maybe 2 fingers underneath, but you don't want it to be like really loose. You don't want it to be moving around. When you move, your bra should stay in place. You want to make sure that the straps are comfortable, not digging in. You want to make sure that there's no gapping in the cup area and that you don't have that spillage over either. But for the band, it should be comfortable. You should not have any like fat coming over. We've all seen that, right? Where people have bras that are too tight and you can see the indentation. You don't want that. So I hope that helps. If you can get a professional bra fitting, that's great. Just remember that there's no standard sizes in bras. So you might wear a 38B in one bra, and you might wear a 40A in another bra, and You have to try them on. There's no standard sizing. But giving yourself that band measurement and adding 3 to 5 inches will give you a good starting place. I hope that helps. If that's not clear, or if you have any questions, put them in the comments down below. And please subscribe, because we really appreciate when you support us. So yeah, let me know if there's anything else that you would like me to talk about, and we'll see you soon.